What's up, guys? It is portfolio update time. It's been quite a while since I've done a video like this, so let's jump into it. So I am really excited because the stock market portfolio that I share with my boyfriend is now worth over $150,000. And to be really precise, it is worth $154,752, which is just massive. Our superannuation is also now worth $61,062. So put together, our current stock market investments and portfolio is now worth $215,815. And by the way, superannuation is our retirement savings in Australia. And currently my boyfriend and I are both with Host Plus. After reading The Barefoot Investor, Scott Pape did say that Host Plus was one of the best superannuation funds because they do have quite low fees and also pretty good returns over the years. So I checked it out for myself, and Scott Pape actually knows what's up. I actually had a look at last year's APRA report, and Host Plus still comes out on top. So that's the superannuation account that we're currently with. But it is important that you do your own research before you decide to switch super funds, or speak to a financial advisor if you do need any help, because I'm not a financial advisor. So when you combine our stock market portfolio and our superannuation, we have $215,815. So let's get into what makes up my stock market portfolio. So the $154,000, which is in the brokerage account, is currently made up of 75% in ETFs, 19% in individual stocks, 4% in crypto, 1% in bonds, and 1% in gold. And I know that crypto isn't technically part of the stock market and you can't really include it in your brokerage account, but I do like to count it as my stock market portfolio because I have put my crypto investments in share sites, so I do view it as a whole. So I do have a range of different ETFs that make up the 75% of my portfolio, including an Asian ETF, which does expose me more to emerging markets. I also have quite a few sustainability ETFs in Australia and also globally as well. I also have a US ETF and a global ETF as well. And our strategy with our ETF investments is basically to dollar cost average into them each month and to not really try to time the market. And by the way, dollar cost averaging is a method that people use to invest in the stock market. And basically what it means is making the same amount of investment in the same ETF pretty much every month. So you're not really trying to time the market, you're just trying to get the average returns of the market. And this is the strategy that I'm using to invest in ETFs. The goal for this year is to increase our stock market portfolio by $60,000, which will be approximately $5,000 per month. And a bit of a stretch goal is to increase it by $75,000. It is important to note that I'm not a financial advisor and I'm not a professional investor. This is just how I'm currently investing my money and the reasons why I've decided to invest my money this way. And what may work for me might not necessarily work for you. So it is very important that you do your own research before you invest in anything, or speak to a financial advisor if you do need help with your investing. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video so far and you do like this level of transparency, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos about investing and personal finance. We also do have a couple of individual stocks which we have invested in, and this makes up 19%. And some recent individual stocks which I have purchased include Alibaba and Beyond Meat. And the reason why I don't have 100% of my stock market portfolio in ETFs is because I do like to pick out a couple of individual stocks. And since I am quite young, I am comfortable taking on a little bit of risk in my portfolio. But before I do invest in any individual stocks, I do make sure that I do a lot of research into the businesses that I am investing in. And I do also make sure that I really understand the business and have strong convictions for the business, because as we know, businesses and the stock price can really go up and down. So when you really don't believe in the business long term, that's when you can lose quite a bit of money. And if you would like to learn more about how I research individual stocks before I invest in them, I've also got a link in my description below. And for the 4% in crypto, we currently have Bitcoin and Ethereum, because I have had a look at other altcoins, and honestly, I think that Bitcoin and Ethereum are probably the most stable long term, and they have been around for quite a long time, and they are two of the most well-known cryptocurrencies. As you may have known, I did get burned by investing in cryptocurrency back in 2017. And one of my biggest regrets was investing in a lot of altcoins, which were really speculative, and projects that really never really took off and still haven't reached the highs that they have back in 2017. So what I've done differently by investing in cryptocurrency this time around is only really investing in the really stable long-term cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And for my crypto investments, I actually use CoinSpot to purchase all of my crypto. And I do have an affiliate link down in my description below. And if you do sign up to CoinSpot, we both get a free $10 of Bitcoin. So I also do have bonds now as part of my portfolio, and also gold. And I get exposure to gold and bonds through StockSpot. So I recently started an investment portfolio with StockSpot, and as you know, this was actually my first investment. I chose the sustainable portfolio, so I do have a lot of global and Australian sustainability leaders in there. And as part of this portfolio, I do also have gold and bonds. And the way that StockSpot have purchased these gold and bonds on behalf of me is actually through ETFs, which I found quite interesting. And if you would like to check out StockSpot, I've got a link in my description below so you can learn more about StockSpot. Basically what it is it enables you to build a very well diversified portfolio so that you can easily dollar cost average into your investment. And for my other stock market investments, I do use CMC markets in order to purchase my shares, and also stake to invest in the US market. And I think it is also important to mention that before I actually started investing into the stock market, I did ensure that I have an emergency fund secured. So just in case something happens with my job, I still have some money to fall back on. And my emergency fund money is stored in my offset account. So just in case there are any uncertainties, I sleep pretty well at night knowing that I do have an emergency fund to fall back on. And an emergency fund is from 3 to 6 months of your living expenses saved in a liquid bank account, so you can access it at any time. And the reason why it's important is because when you are investing in the stock market, or when I'm investing in the stock market, I want my money to stay in the stock market for a really long time, and I really don't want to pull my money out at any undesirable times in the market. So that's the reason why I do have an emergency fund. So just in case something happens to my income, I can dip into my emergency fund money instead of having to sell my shares at an undesirable time in the market. So that is our current stock market portfolio, which is now worth $154,000, and a bit of an overview of our superannuation, which is now worth $61,000. And hopefully in 1 year's time we can check back and it will be worth $275,000. I hope you enjoyed this video and this transparency into my personal finances and investing. If you did like this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more videos about investing and personal finance. And I've also got some links in my description below to share sites, stake, and some other apps which I use to manage my personal finance. So if you'd like to check it out, make sure you check the links in my description below. I'll see you in the next video. Bye! And if you'd like to see more videos, I've got some links to some videos here. So make sure you click the links and click through to another video.